our Showgirl Temple Stretch for Leopard Monday, shall we? Let's come to hip width apart and just start to give it a little bit of a wiggle back and forth. Do bend into your knees as deeply as you can. Kind of get warming up in the hips, the knees and the ankles, and I'm keeping my feet on the ground so that really the movement has to happen here in the hips and stuff. Nice. Roll your shoulders opposite directions, one going back at one time and then the other going back. Nice. Warming that up and upper back. So I hope you all had a good weekend. I hope there was some sunshine that you could get out in, or that if you like rain or snow that you had that. I'm not a big fan of the rain, so it's a good thing I live in Portland. Awesome. And now swinging side to side. Get a nice deep bend in your knees. Feet are staying on the ground so we can get this area warmed up. Side to side, tailbones pointing down. You can let your arms swing. Get some movement up there. Yeah. Juicing it up. Beautiful. And now bend deeply in your knees. The more you bend, the more movement you can get here. Tailbone starts pointing down, and then we're going to use our lower abs to pull forward and release back. Forward, release. Forward, release. Yes. And those of you who have done classes with me before might notice we're starting to prepare for doing grinds. We are absolutely doing that. So when you come forward, and when you go back, actually, it's just your lower abs. Your booty doesn't help. Your booty stays soft. It likes to get involved, but we're going to leave it out of this particular move. Nice. All right, coming back to kind of a center spot. You can shake a little bit, wiggle it out. We're going to work on doing some grinds too. That's great for warming up your core. Yeah? Bending deeply in the knees. And you can have your feet about hip width apart, so down from the center of your hips, or you can move your feet in a little bit and have them touching. On stage, I prefer to have my feet in together when I'm doing this to kind of help with the hourglass shape. Do whatever's comfortable for you. So tailbone is pointing down, knees are very bent. We're going to come forward. We're going to use our obliques to pull up, center, pull up, center. So forward, your hip comes to your ribs. You center, hip comes to the other rib, and then forward. And then we start making a square with that. So forward, side, center, side. Forward, side, center, side. And then we're going to connect all those dots and make a circle. You get a nice juicy grind going. If you are comfortable there, you can rub arms up and down. Nice. Just getting some touches and some movement in. Beautiful. And come to center. We're going to, of course, go the other way. So front, side, release, side. Front, side, release, side. Front, hip to ribs, center, hip to ribs, and connect it. So you might find that one side is easier than the other side. Start to glide along you. Whoops. You can tell my body wants to go one way and one side is easier. It naturally tries to go that way when I'm not paying attention. Nice. Keep going, really warming that area up. Yeah. Beautiful. Awesome. Now step it a little bit wider. And then we're just going to go front and back. Big swings. Front and back. Booty is also not helping in this. This is just your core. Pulling yourself forward and back. Yeah. And here I'm rocking on my feet because I'm going so big. And then go big sides. Knees are still bent. Tailbone is still pointing down. So I'm getting the movement here. Yeah. Get going a little bit more. So what we just did was a grind, like kind of an internal grind or an internal hip circle. This is more of a large one. And you'll see and feel the difference, I suppose. So forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. Smooth it out. Yeah, and you can circle, rub, whatever feels good. Your abs do stay contracted when you go back. Protect your low back. Nice, and let's go to the other side. So forward, side, pull it back, side, forward, side, back, side. Nice. So you can see this one is really big and juicy. There's lots going on here, lots of movement. And the other one is kind of more slow and sultry. So depending on the mood you want, pick your grind. Awesome. Come to center again. Let's just reach arms up. Arm up. Sitting into your knees. Yeah. I'm already getting warm. Look at that. So I wanted to make this Leopard Monday a little bit saucier. I think Mondays is going to be a little bit saucier when we do stuff. Because I need it. I don't know about you. I need some way to juice myself up, right? So let's warm ourselves up and get into a chest shimmy too. So first let's just go side to side with the rib cage. So it's just the ribs moving. You can bend your knees if it helps you keep your rib cage isolated. I'm not super concerned about it. We're not belly dancing, so it doesn't have to be super precise. Burlesque is kind of like the saucier, less technically skilled in the muscle department cousin of belly dance, right? So we're just making it really kind of loose and juicy. And then forward and back. Nice. So pushing forward with the ribs, sliding back. Nice. And then let's make that a circle. So front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, and smooth it out. Open up those ribs. Keep breathing as you warm it up. And come to center, and we'll do the other side. So forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side, and smooth it out into a circle. So your ribs make a horizontal circle on the ground. Nice. All right, now that we've got them a little bit loosened up, we can start working on a chest shimmy. So this is really to get tassels spinning, and ultimately you're shaking your boobs is what's going on. Cross your arms over your chest, fingers on a shoulder, bend your knees, and we're just gonna rotate from side to side. Here it's kind of a big movement. Okay, so it's just the ribs, but if your hands are right over where I've advised, you will have one elbow pointing forward and then the other. So you're rotating so that an elbow comes forward, each direction. Nice. Put your hands on the top of your shoulders, and you can make a little bit smaller of a movement. Maybe it's a little faster. And now, maybe you just have one boob coming forward, then the other. If you were right in front of the mirror, one boob would touch and then the other would touch. Awesome. Now extend your arms. Maybe it's a little bit smaller and a tiny bit quicker. So I have my hands out a little bit in front of me. They're not off to the side. This way, when I'm on stage, I don't look like my arms are falling behind me. And I'm lifting under here. So lift under your triceps. And if you're concerned about tricep jiggle, you can take your arms and rotate them to the back. Sometimes we're concerned about that. I don't think you need to be, but You do you. Do what makes you feel good. All right, try and speed it up a little bit more. Arms stay lifted, chest stays lifted, and you're really just letting your boobs shake from side to side. So saucy, right? Ah, great. Release that. Big arm circles. Dip your knees as you circle your arms. Awesome. And come it forward. All right, so you're getting a little bit of burlesque move warm up there. Hope that's fun for you. Nice. All right, let's come forward down into our feet. So tilting from foot to foot, coming up on the balls of the feet. Getting some juice into those areas. Bottoms of the feet. Ooh. My feet are always so tight. And perch a toe. Sit straight down. Circle your knee. You should be getting some movement in your ankle and in your hip joint. Back the other way. And bring it back and swap. So perch on your toe, sitting straight down. I keep the toe perched, and that way the movement goes to my ankle. Your foot might move a little bit, and that's okay if it's doing, but just to get the movement in your ankle, right? Sometimes we forget to loosen up those joints too. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's get to it. Let's do some stretches. Come out, nice wide leg stance. Let us inhale up. Rotate your heels in. And bend, 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 bend. Come on down. Booty up, head drops, roll up. Arms come up. And melt down. Bend, 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 bend. Upper body melts down. Head drops, booty goes up. And we come up. So come down to where it's comfortable for you. We're not straining here. There's no point in straining. Life is enough strain as it is, right? We don't need to do it when we're doing things we like. Just melting, head drops, booty goes up, and roll it up. Awesome. One more time. Come down, hands to your knees. So you might be up here, and that's great. If you've got more space and you want to come down a little bit lower, go for it. Wiggling a little bit, side to side. Yeah. Whew. If you have this space here, go ahead, drop down. Knees push into elbows, elbows into knees. Beautiful. And then rotate over to one side. So coming into a long lunge, you're welcome to stay up high here, if that is good for you. Or maybe that's your starting spot. If you want to come down lower, hands on the floor. Kind of inched my leg that's in the back a little bit further back. But my ankle is directly under my knee. So I've got a nice strong support there. Trying to push that back leg straight. Beautiful. And now, make your way down to the ground. Everyone coming down. Adjust if you need to. Maybe you need to come forward a little bit to keep that nice angle, or go back a little bit, whatever it may be. Keeping your pelvis lifted, so no slouching into it. So pelvis stays lifted, abs are engaged. You can start to sink forward and stretch out this whole quad area. Push both feet into the ground, so the bottom of one foot, the top of the other foot. And if you like, you can raise your arms up. Grab the wrist of the arm that's toward the camera and tilt to the back. Woo. Over the bent knee. Or I guess the raised up bent knee, they're both bent. Inhale, exhale up. And then we're going to come back, lift those toes, and sit back. And then come forward. Some movement in there. Sit back. Come forward. Nice. Sit back. And now sit all the way. Lean way away and bring that leg that was in the back up and over. Nice. Let's do a twist here. So cross that leg that you just untucked over, sitting up nice and tall. And grab around the knee that's straight up to the ceiling with your elbow. Sitting up straight and twisting down low from the waist. Whew. Breathing. Maybe wiggle a bit. My hip is pretty tight. See if you can sit up a little bit straighter and twist a little deeper. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, back to the front. Stretch your leg long. Give yourself space between your legs if you need to, coming up as long as you stay long and straight. So you might stop here. You might come down a little bit lower, but if you start to hunch over, that's where you stop. Okay, and if you need to roll, move some of that booty out of the way, go for it. Inhaling, exhaling, pulling yourself long. Or just inhale, exhale up, grab the rhinestone off your mat. Cross it over. And hey, since we're here, we'll do a forward fold right here too, because why not? So coming forward, keep your sit bones flat on the ground, your feet are flexed. Whoa, wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. Oh, holy tight hips. Stretching out long. Again, we're keeping our back nice and long, not hunching over. Ooh. Beautiful. Inhale and up. And we're going to come forward over our feet. So if you're comfortable rocking and coming up, stretching them out. Otherwise, make your way to tabletop. Come on over and join us. Roll your shoulders in the sockets so that your elbow pits point forward. I'm going to do this because I know it's going to be a problem. Tuck your tank top or your shirt if you need to. Beautiful. Abs staying nice and in. Tuck your toes. Push back, 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 back to downward dog. So keep those shoulders rolled in. Don't sink like this. Roll them and push into the entire hand. Fingers, little pads of your hand, the bottom of your palm. Oh, nice. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Paddle if you need to. Head is hanging out nice and long. Beautiful. Come up a little bit. Start to walk towards your hands. Take a long-legged stance again. So you can stay here if this is a stretch for you, or you can start to fold yourself forward in your big long-legged stance. Pushing into the mat with your feet, especially the outer edges of your feet out here. And hopefully you start to feel a stretch in the outsides of your ankles. This is the way that I have found to stretch that area. Beautiful. Lifting up not staying in, and walk yourself over to the other side. So, situating yourself for your lunge. Coming up high. That big exhale means I'm very tight there. Woo, so stretching out that back leg. And get it as straight as possible. Gorgeous. And if you want to come on down, go for it. Move what you need to. Oh, the front of that hip is so hot, tight for me right now. I'm going to wiggle a lot as my body is determined to stay tight right there. I'm just going to wiggle it out. We're not staying tight, body. All right, drop it down wherever you are. I can walk a little bit forward if it'll give me that. If your body is particularly tight in somewhere, sometimes a little massage makes it happier too. And we'll let it release. Beautiful. So, again, staying straight up, no flumping here. Pushing into both feet. Raise it on up. Grab the wrist of that arm that's in front if you like. Tilt over the back leg. Ribs staying in alignment. Oh, there we go. It's finally opening up. Inhale. Exhale, come on up. And then sitting back. Coming forward. Sitting back. Coming forward. Back. Still stretching. And now start rolling toward that back leg. Way, 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 way. Lift up your back foot. Pop it over. Situate as you need to. Nice. So the leg that's crossed over is trying to be on the ground and upright. Ooh. I'm going to start stretching down low here, twisting down low here is what I mean actually. Sitting up high and rotating away. Breathing. This leg, stretched out leg, foot is pushing, staying flexed. Breathing into the front, side, and the back of the ribs. Inhale a little bit straighter. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhaling. Exhale, untwist. Woo, stretch it forward. And again, let's come on down. Another, starting out nice and straight in your back. Feet stay flexed. Head is lifted. Keep in the nice line of the spine. Inhaling, exhaling down. Inhale it up. Cross, see if you can remember which was the other way. I think that it was the back leg for me that went in front last time. So going back leg in front this time. Hope I'm right. Coming forward, make sure you're evenly between your sit bones. So you might have to press more in one area than the other. Keeping your spine nice and long. Wiggle in there if you need to. Beautiful. Inhale it on up. We're going to rock forward again. or come onto hands and knees, however that works for you. Hands staying under the elbows, and then go ahead and wiggle however you need to make your body feel good. Stretching into your upper back, and wiggle the other way. You can let your neck go if you like. Toes together, spread your knees out a little bit further. Come on down to a child's pose. First, be active. So pushing your palms into the mat. So shoulders are still working, elbows are straight. Hopefully you're getting a nice stretch under your armpit and your lats. Walk it out a little bit if you need to. Pushing yourself back. Nice. Release. Sit yourself up just a little bit and turn your hands over so your palms are on the mat. You might want to spread your arms a little bit wider for doing this, and you might not come down as low, and that's okay. But pressing the palms, the backs of the hands and the backs of the arm into the mat. Even more of a stretch now in your lats, side ribs. Awesome. Inhale, start walking yourself up. Whew. That felt good. All right, come on forward. Sit down into a straddle. Situate yourself as you need. This is where I'm going to read our goddess card for today. So get comfortable in your straddle. Oh, there's my hip trying to grab on. Wiggle your legs if you need to. And while I'm doing this, you can extend your spine real long and start coming forward. Spine stays nice and stretched out. No hunching over. So wherever your body is done being straight up, that's where you stop. And my hip is super disagreeable today. So annoying. Hold the phone. There we go. All right. You can continue doing straddle. You can come deeper. You can rotate over to one side or the other, keeping your back nice and long. My body is just in complete protest of that today. Guess what I'll be doing after I turn this off with you? More stretching. All right, here we go. Who is our goddess guide today, this Leopard Monday? Oh, Def over here. Guinevere, true love. Oh, how sweet. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Well, that's beautiful. I love that. Message from Guinevere. Romance is not an outmoded concept. Far from it. Romance is the time-honored precept of merging with the divine as it's manifest within another human being. Romance is also playfulness, which heralds springtime, flowers, and new life. You needn't be in a partnership to evoke romance. You can manifest it for yourself through laughter, surrounding yourself with beauty, and indulging in luxurious treats. Romance is the life force of the universe and is a worthwhile goal indeed. Ooh, I'm super into this. Meanings of this card. Your soulmate relationship has arrived or will soon. There is renewed passion in an existing relationship. You're a romantic person. Your romantic needs aren't being met, and you must take the steps to alleviate this. The Celtic triple goddess has ancient roots preceding Arthurian times when she was known as Guinevere. In her original form, her name meant White One or White Phantom, and she was a powerful goddess invoked for both fertility and as a bridge to take the dead to the afterlife. During the times of Avalon, Glastonbury, and King Arthur, she became Guinevere. To become king, Arthur had to merge with or marry Guinevere, the goddess who ruled over the land. And so Guinevere became the astonishingly beautiful Guinevere, the queen bride of the new King Arthur. Legend holds that her heart really belonged to Arthur's cousin Lancelot, however. Today, she helps to ensure that we enter into partnership with our true love, and she assists in keeping that love alive. Oh, this is fun. In the book, she's the goddess right before Hathor, who was our guide for Friday. Neat stuff. All right, so Guinevere. I would love to hear what you do to create beauty around yourself. This is such a challenging time to do that, and it's such a necessary time to do that. So if you spend some time creating some personal beauty or nurturing yourself in luxuries, let us know what they are. Your ideas can give inspiration to others, and that's really what we're all about, right? Being here to share inspiration and love with others. All right. Thank you for joining me for the Showgirl Stretch today. I will see you hopefully on Wacky Wednesday.